Let me tell you 5 ways that you can improve your output in your home studio, your sound quality, and your workflow with just a piece of device in 2025. Let's go. A few months back, I made a video about the Zen Quadro audio interface, how disappointing it was, and how I was very disappointed at what it brought to the table when it comes to a home studio setup, and how I expected it to be, or what I expected from it at that time. I did a second video, which was a follow-up to that. If you've not seen that, you should check that out, going over all the pros and the cons and what I like about the device. And a lot of you guys actually commented and left your own feedback as well, which I actually read. I read every comment. So if you're not commenting, if you're not subscribing, you should definitely think about that. You should subscribe right now to the channel. It's absolutely free. It helps the channel grow, and it helps more people see the kind of content that I'm creating here. My name is Dami. I'm a guitar player, audio engineer, and everything in between. And I own a small home studio here in New Jersey, where I do recording, mixing, and all sort of stuff that people do in the studio. So yeah, this piece of gear has helped my productivity and streamline how I record in my home studio. And I'll tell you 5 ways it can help you get better in your home studio in 2025. So when you're recording in a home studio setup, you're already limited by the amount of resources that you have, either be space or unit, or how much unit you can actually have in that setup. You're already somewhat limited, not entirely, but I mean, depending on how much space you have and how much money you're willing to throw away or spend. You're already limited in some way. So finding the best gears that does more for less money is always a goal, and that's something that I always showcase on this channel. And one device that just keeps coming back is a Zen Quadro from Antelope Audio. Now, again, disclaimer, this video is not sponsored. I paid my own audio in cash for this piece of gear. I just find a way to help you guys as much as I can. And why would I have another audio interface when I already have a Discrete 8 Pro from Antelope Audio, which is an 8 in and 32 out, 32 in, 32 out audio interface. It's a 1U rack. If you've not seen the video that I did about that, I have another video in the channel. I'll leave a few playlists down here so you can kind of go over and see. I already have that. Why do I need another sub $500 or $500 audio interface? This is actually going on sale for like $399, $400, depending on where you look. You can actually get a good deal. Why do I need another one on my desk when I already have one that does all the things I need plus more? Now, in this time and age, there is always a need to be able to have your studio everywhere you go, especially when you travel a lot like me. When it comes to stage performance, or you could just find yourself in an hotel room working remotely with an artist, or having to travel with someone to record with them. You want to have the same quality that you have in your studio in that same place, and that's why I have this. So number one thing that will help your studio or help you do better work is be able to make a mobile version of your studio, and having that platform that lets you do that remotely, seamlessly, or easily is a very good option. So I have all the same plugins that I have on my big boy unit here in the studio. I can have the same device set up here and travel with that without compromising anything. I just gotta put the license up here, or just pay for a license if you have to. And let me explain that. So this is not just one audio interface that it's just an audio interface. It's way more than that. It has a bunch of synergy core processing. It's just like kind of having a hardware unit before hitting your audio interface. So you have the synergy core softwares, you have amazing preamps, amazing compressors. If you don't know much about analog audio, I think you should check them out. They have really great software. They've had bad reputation in the past with the software reliability and all that good stuff, but so far with this device, I've not had any complaint. I've had zero complaints. It's been working flawlessly. I've not had a problem with it. As a matter of fact, this is my second unit, because I actually sold the other one that I have to a friend who really needed it and couldn't get one, and I got this for even a cheaper price on the Black Friday sale. So yeah, this is the third time I'm buying this piece of gear, so I think I know a thing or two about the device. So let me stop ranting and get into the video of today. Workflow. my last video, I spoke a lot about workflow and how to make your workflow extremely easy. What this has that most audio interfaces do not have, and I've been on the market, I have purchased so many other audio interfaces that can do what this does, and I've not seen any that can do it as good as this. I know the Liquid Connect 6 tried to do that in such a way that it works, but I think this does a little bit more for the price, and that's dual USB-C. Now, this is not just a regular dual USB-C that you just plug power for one and then connect one to your computer. This is actually two separate USB-Cs. What does that mean in today's world, in the future, and in 2025, in the new year that we're going into? You are going to want to catch the same quality of audio that you have in your computer on your cell phone. What this lets you do is have that same quality of audio that you already have playing through your studio monitors, have that same audio go in through your phone flawlessly. Like, it's easy connects, like just connect and you're ready to go via USB-C. I use the iPhone 16, so it might be a little bit different depending on the kind of iPhones you use. But so far, I've used it with my older iPhone, which has the Lightning to USB-C connector, and I didn't have no problem with it. So yeah, you can try that. Another route you can go, you can do the iRig thing, but that's just too many cables. You have to send the analog audio in and then connect this USB-C to whatever MIDI thing this is, which breaks all the time. I think this is my fourth unit. Shout out to Sweetwater for always hooking me up for these. This is $39, and if you've bought it like 3 or 4 times, you already know that this thing breaks easy in the studio, especially if you're as clumsy as me. Just having these on my desk just to replace the iRig, which there's the iRig is going to set you back like $300. The iRig Pro, yeah, a little bit more than that, depending on where or when you're buying it. And getting these for like $400 kind of seems like a heck of a deal to me. Getting more than just something to connect my phone to. It's just so workflow. So sometimes I might need to quickly send a video of what I'm working with for a client. Instead of bouncing, I can just click my phone, plug it into USB-C while it's charging. Did I also mention that it has pass-through charging? So it can actually be my phone charger on my desk. So while I'm charging, I can actually capture audio and send it to a client and see if they like it. And if they were like, oh, can you hop on a FaceTime call? I still have my phone connected to that, and I'm streaming that same session via FaceTime or via Zoom or whatever. I'm streaming that high quality audio to them on my phone without ruining my video setup on my computer. I'm just sending them another version of the audio that I already have, and that is just a heck of a workflow for you guys. And if you've created content like myself, you record videos on your phone, you perform live, and you want to record a video and capture high quality audio, I think that's a lot of ease that comes with the fact that you're able to record that video straight to your phone and stream live audio straight into your phone without processing and not doing any gain staging whatsoever. Number 2, the number output and expandability. Your ability to be able to add more inputs and future-proof your audio interface is quite important, and that's why an ADAT-in is very important. I have behind me the Behringer, a channel preamp ADAT-in, so that's extra 8 input into a small piece of device. So what does that do for me? I can set up my drums. I have drums back there. I'm not sure you guys can see it. I can set that up. I have bass. I had a keyboard player come into the studio. I just don't have all that inputs and outputs at my disposal, so I can just send audio straight from my ADAT in there and send it into this audio interface and then record. And that is something you should consider when streamlining your workflow next year in your home studio. You want to get an expandable audio interface, so you don't have to have a rack that has like 200. You can just have something that has like digital input, and you can also always set that up when you need it. The way this is set up over there, it's only available when I need it. It's not always clunky cables all the way around. I just need to connect one cable when I need additional 8 inputs, and I think that just makes a lot of sense, and it just helps reduce the time of setup. If you have to mic and put your XLR in and then switch cable, it's always nice to have a dedicated audio input, and you can get that ADAT preamp for like, I don't know, amp for like $250 or $200, and it's always connected. It's always there. You just need extra 8 channel, plug one cable, and you're expanding, and that will always help. And that has proven to be very useful for me when it comes to reamping. Number 3, recording processed audio. And yeah, I know this is already possible with universal audio, but at this price range, you can't really beat it. I'm a fan of universal audio softwares and hardwares. I have nothing against them. I'm actually using one of their mics right now. I have all their plugins. I've been buying plugins. I'll continue to buy plugins. I just don't want the audio interface for some personal reasons. I just like variety in my studio workflow. And the fact that this can let you record processed audio and then still record dry signal at the same time. So you can have a preamp set up on one channel and then have that same channel duplicated and then record another version. So just in case you don't want to commit to that processing, you can still do that. I think that's a huge workflow that can save you a lot of time when you're recording. Recording processed audio into your audio interface will definitely simplify your workflow and let you get better quality faster. That's the word, faster, without tweaking and doing. Another way that I've been able to do that with better quality is using my Neve preamp here, my budget Neve preamp, which is the Colorbox GHS version 2. I have 2 of these. I've been experimenting with that. I actually posted a video on my shorts. You can go check that out as well. I'll leave a link there as well, where I'm mixing a track stereo, sending it into Colorbox and sending it back into just mixing live like I have an actual console. And that's actually a fun experiment, and I think you guys should do that as well. Just hear what it sounds. It gives you that analog warmth, and for some of us that can't really afford like a whole full console, that will be really helpful. Number 4, a lot of people don't even talk about this, but it's actually a very important aspect of your audio, and that is power. My last couple of years in an home studio setup, especially when you're not sure the kind of power that you have moving from one apartment to another, when your audio interface needs extra power, that could start a lot of problem. If your power is not properly conditioned and you have noise, that could be heck of a trouble, especially for someone like me that records live instrument like guitar, amp, high gain guitar, and all that good stuff. Noise level is a very important topic and is a very huge concern. So having an audio interface that already has bus power, so if your power is terrible, you can just unplug your computer and just record with your laptop. That will save you a lot of time. I've had scenarios where I'll be in places or in my friends' home studios and it's just too noisy when I'm recording guitar, and I'll just be like, you know what, can you just unplug things and let's just record over battery? And that always solves problems. So having a bus power audio interface can actually save you. And guess what has bus power? You can power this thing with your iPad, with your iPod, whatever laptop, whatever. It consumes the lowest amount of power I've seen in an audio interface, which is crazy. I actually used one of my old breaks to test it out, and it actually worked out really good. So yeah, it can be powered by your laptop, bus power. It just one less cable, and that's one of the reasons why I no longer use my Neumann MT48, because it requires an extra power up to 30 watts if I'm correct, or 45 watts. That's a lot of power that's needed on my end. And if you want me to make a video about my experience with the MT48, let me know in the comment section, and I will gladly do that. I actually sold it already on Reverb, so that's a gone story for now. And lastly, expandability. You want an audio interface or an audio system or a recording system that is expandable. They keep adding more softwares and more processing softwares, plugins, whatever you want to call them, to the library. So you're going to be a part of an ever-growing library. And I actually have a subscription here for $1, and they actually have this promo that you can get all the plugins for just $1 for a year, which is what I'm using right now. And I'm just having fun with it because I already have 2 units, and you can only have one software package per device. So I have the $1.99 one for $1 one running here. I have all the FX, all the effects, except Auto-Tune, which makes sense here. And I'm trying that out. So it's good bang for the buck. So if you're in the market and you're trying to upgrade your game for 2025 and you're thinking of the audio interface that will be of the best use for you, I highly recommend the Zen Quadro. It's worth every dollar. and I'm not sponsored, so this is just my opinion and my experience in the last couple of years, and couple of months rather. And for someone that has a bigger unit that does even more and has even way more power, and I'm still depending on this tiny little guy a few times for my workflow, it says a lot about the device. So yeah, I just wanted to give you guys a quick update in this, my part 3 of the Zen Quadro. 5 more reasons why I think it's a good audio interface for the price, for the functionality, and for the build quality. I mean, this thing is built like a tank. You can punch it and do stuff to it. It's not gonna break. Yeah, thank you for listening to me rant about this. If you like content like this, subscribe and like and share, and send it to someone that will enjoy stuff like this. And until the next one, peace out. Don't ever stop creating.